Good afternoon, Wyoming fans, and welcome to the Peaks Ice Arena in Provo, Utah for Game 2 of the Gold Medal Games weekend for Team Wyoming. Today's matchup against Mission, Arizona. Each of these teams had a game yesterday, and they both fell yesterday. Wyoming, after a couple of early goals, lights out the rest of the way, but lost 2-0 last night. Gilbert, Cassidy, and Marty out front to start. Sherman back on D with you. And we will have Hunter Treffern in the net to start game 2. On the clock, here we go. Brock off the draw. Battles forward, kicks it near boards, and he'll dump it down. Rolls behind the net. Cassidy crashing in. Brock in to help, comes out front. Tries to get the backhand off. Just can't quite find the handle. Mission sends it around. Near side, Sherman holds the blue line. Mission will get it back, and they will get out to neutral ice. Mission across, poked away. Picked up by Cassidy. Cassidy working in, poked loose into the corner. Back to Brock, nope, past Brock on the boards and out to neutral ice. And Sherman will dump it. Offsides, will have to clear the zone. Mission ahead to neutral ice. Taken away by Marty. They'll get it back. And right back to Cassidy. Mission's gonna try the near side. Anderson knocks it loose. Back to Sherman, who will send it over the blue line. Thrown back in offsides, no whistle. Mission will exit and re-enter. Thrown on net, Treffern throws it back into the corner. Mission up the boards to the point. Shot from there off the wind stick and it'll roll far corner. Show back up to Koloski. Koloski pokes it across the middle, but it stays in the zone, and Sherman will bounce it clear up to win, and offsides on Wyoming. Neutral zone face-off. Back to Mission, and they'll come across the blue. Taken away. Wynn will pick up the loose puck. He'll send it back ahead. Out to neutral ice. Mission at their own blue. Up to neutral. Thrown through the middle. Picked up by Sherman. He'll bounce it forward. And chase him off the puck down on the boards. Bounces back out front for Hippen. Hippen will shovel it clear. Tip of the blue. No icing. Anderson and Wynn chasing. They'll rim it around to the point, stays in the zone. Koloski will pick it up. Shot from the top of the zone glove.
Let's go, boys!
Far dot face off for Gilbert down in the Arizona zone. Cassidy on his left. Marty on his right. Over to Marty, back to the point. Hippen will fire, tip down on 5-hole and just kicked away. Great tip. Shell will send it down to Cassidy, and Mission will fire it clear icing. We'll try the near dot in the Arizona zone.
It wasn't out. Wheeling.
Gilbert, Marty, and Cassidy stay out front. Off the draw, Gilbert collects. And he'll go to the top of the circle and around. Working down towards the corner. Marty tipped out on net and kicked away.
Send it wild.
Now down to Cassidy in the corner. Fired across the zone. Out of reach, and that'll bounce back deep. Joe will go get it. Up the boards to neutral ice, up to Gilbert. Taken away, and Mission will send it back deep. Pippin back for it behind the net. Chips back near boards. Cassidy in the corner. Cassidy will take a loop around behind the net and work up the far side. Cassidy building speed through neutral ice. He'll cut to the boards. In and down to the far corner. Still got a handle on it. Poked away. Rolls the near boards. Gilbert picks it up. He'll circle to the point. Pass across. Tipped on net. Actually tipped by Mission. He was looking for Marty far side. And Mission tipped it right on their own goalie. But he'll glove that. 10:47 left first period. Nobody on the board yet. Anderson to take the draw. Wins it back. Koloski going across top of the zone. Looking for Hippen near side. Or Sherman near side. Sherman from the point. Fires wide. Bounces out far boards for Zook. And he'll chip glass down low. Koloski behind the net. Pass out front's tipped and banging around on net and loose. And thrown clear. It'll roll wide. Should be an icing on Mission. We're going to play it. Not sure why there was no icing there, but back up to Anderson on the far side, driving down the boards. Cuts back towards the middle, poked in a little wide. Koloski back behind the net. Thrown back to the point. Zhao back out to neutral ice. He'll cut across to Sherman. Sherman bounces boards into the zone. And Mission will kick it back loose to neutral ice. Hippen fires it just wide of the net, deep into the zone. Back out to neutral ice. Picked up by Cassidy, and he'll come in on the near side. Pass through the middle. Koloski shot, glove. Nice pass, good setup. And Koloski fires on net. Goalie able to get in front of it. Good rip, though. Wyoming with a half a dozen shots on net early. Gilbert will take the face-off far dot. Cassidy and Marty on the wings. Bounce into the corner and chipped up high. And over everybody's head, back to Sherman in the D zone. And kick it up to neutral ice. Bounces through traffic back to Mission in their own zone. They'll send it back to center ice. Cassidy chasing the loose puck. Bounces up into the Wyoming bench. And we should get a face-off out in the neutral zone.
I've been on a belt right to 2x4 step.
Gilbert back to the dot. Gets it back to Sherman. He'll bounce up far boards. Thrown ahead by Mission. Picked up by Hippen. Hippen dodging through people. He'll make it over the blue line. Drop pass to Cassidy. Cuts across the top of the zone. Through three people. Throws it on net. Kicked away. Back to Gilbert. He'll work down the boards to Cassidy. Cassidy looking across. Fired by Gilbert, just wide. Kicks back to Cassidy in the corner. He'll take another look. Pass through the middle is tipped up. And Mission will send it clear. We'll get it back. Sherman in the neutral zone. Looking across. He'll work forward up the boards. Hangs onto the puck. Pass through back to Mission. And they'll send it back out. Caught out of the air by Anderson. He'll drive the zone. Anderson all the way in. Backhand shot, kicked away. And we got a whistle. Hooking. Hooking on Mission. Get our first power play of the morning. 8:21 remaining in the first period. Off the draw to the boards. Back to Hippen. He'll look, take a shot, a little tipped up, and doesn't make it to the net. Wynn picks up the puck. Poked away. Knocked loose by Hippen, still in the zone, and now they'll get it out. Wynn pokes it back ahead. Sent deep, picked up by Wynn. He'll work through the neutral zone. From the far point, Wynn driving down, poked away on the boards. Sent back to the point for Hippen, and Mission will kick it clear. Or Zoo. Mission gets it. They'll put it on net, and covered up by Turfin. .7:49 left in the first. Minute and a half left on the Wyoming power play. Gilbert off the draw. Kicks it ahead, picked up by Zhu. Working forward. Thrown into the corner. Gilbert will chase. Taken away by Mission. Back to the point to Sherman. Sherman looks, shot, deflected. Right to Cassidy, walks in, fires, kick save. Loose puck in front. Sherman back to get it, holds the zone, over to Brock. Gilbert down the boards to Cassidy. All the way across. Sherman shot. And Reed will bury it. Wyo goal, number 25, Reed Cassidy. They're going to wave it off and say the net was off. Goal waved off. Maybe. Ref came over to talk. They call a second penalty on Mission without counting the goal.
Hey, go hard now.
We'll go 5-on-3 for close to a minute. Gilbert to the near dot. Cassidy on the boards. Marty in front of the net. Sherman back on D with Zhu. And Mission throws it clear on net. Turf runner will stop it out front. Pass ahead. Marty far side. Poked away. Right back to Zhu. He'll drive into the zone. Back across. Gilbert through the feet. Broken up. Over to Sherman on the near side. He'll hold on the line. Fires, tip, just wide. And Mission will clear it. 30 seconds left to 5-on-3. Bounces back to Sherman, middle of the zone. Sherman, long pass ahead to Marty. Bounce back. Sherman will feed it forward. Picked up by Cassidy at the blue line. And he gets tied up. Chipped in deep. And we got to clear the zone. Mission will go chase it down in the near corner. Thrown up the boards to Gilbert. Bounces back to Cassidy. He'll work across top of the zone. Looking for Gilbert in the middle. No shot there. And we're down to 5-on-4. Mission gets a guy back. Drop pass to Sherman. He'll send it down the boards. Mission picks it off and clears. On net again. Turfern sticks it out in front. Zhu up the boards. Picked up by Cassidy. Driving in. He'll cut to the middle and then back to the far point. Drop pass to Hippen, fires. Blocker save. Marty from the corner to Cassidy working in. Back across to Brock, just missed the shot. Good look. Brock will pick it up in the corner. Gilbert working out front. Fires off the post. 26 seconds left to power play for Wyoming, and Mission will get another clear. Hippen picks it up in front of the net. He's got one on. He'll send it near side around to Sherman. Sherman finds the handle. He'll circle back. 10 seconds left to power play. Ahead to Cassidy. Cassidy picks it out of his feet. He'll go back to Hippen behind the net. Penalty expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Loose puck poked out of the zone by Hippen. Mission will pick it back up and send it back to Hippen. He'll kick it back to Sherman in the D zone. Sherman, a little bit of space. He'll take a look up the near side. Cut back. Tied up on the boards, gets it ahead. Looking for Wynn, picked up by Gilbert. Or Anderson, sorry. Anderson driving into the corner. He'll drop it back to the point. Nobody there. Mission back out to neutral ice. Poked ahead by Sherman. He's got Wynn on the boards. Wynn will drop it back to Hippen and we'll regroup. Hippen lifts it far across the ice. Tipped into the corner. And they'll ice it. Saw Anderson far side on the blue line. Four and a half-ish left in the first period. Still no score. One goal called off earlier. And here comes Wynn driving near boards. Poked away right across the blue line, and they'll send it back to neutral ice. Anderson back to get it. Cross far side, and cross ice pass a little out of reach behind Wynn. Mission behind their own net. Thrown up near side, kept in the zone by Hippen, and then Mission will get back out to neutral ice, and we'll fire it back in. We're offsides. Hippen trying to get back clear. Mission pass out of reach. She was going to play it before the icing. Tied up in the corner, he'll battle through. Ship it back up the ice, and Koloski finds it. Koloski up the far boards. Beat one guy, gets it out across the front, and nothing there. Good look back to trying to find Cassidy, and I think he was waiting for a rebound. Cassidy will drive the zone. Nobody to help. Cassidy shot up and wide. Bounce back out to the near boards and out of reach of Sherman. We'll get to neutral ice. We'll have to clear. Back to Sherman and across to Zhu. Zhu cross ice pass to Cassidy near side. Cassidy driving in. Good cut towards the middle. Drop pass far point, but we'll take it back out of the zone. Here comes Gilbert driving in. Shot. Nothing there. Mission with a save. Somewhere under the legs. Right at 3 minutes remaining in the period. Gilbert face off near dot. We'll dig it out of the pile. And Mission gets it back at the blue line, and they'll get out to neutral ice. Into the Wyoming zone, still got a handle on it. Pass across near side and can't find it. Out in front, nothing there. And the net's off again. Lucky bounce to the near side post, wide open net. Peg came off before they could get a shot. Far dot face off in the Wyoming zone for Gilbert. Marty and Cassidy on the wings, Hippen back with Sherman. Hippen ahead to Marty. Can't quite get it now, we'll get it out of the blue line. And Gilbert driving in. Pass across to Cassidy. Finds it. Shot, blocker save. Cassidy feeds back out front. Picked up by Mission. Back out to neutral ice for Sherman. Sherman looking far side to Marty, and he'll cut back into the zone. Working in. And Marty's going to draw the tripping call there. We'll go back on a power play for most of the remaining period. 2:07 left in the first, 2 minutes of penalty or power play for Wyoming. Anderson will take the face off on the near dot. Koloski in front of the net, win against the boards. Sherman back with Hippen. Sherman sends it to the corner. Mission will bounce it around. Sherman's still working on it. And thrown the length. Back for Hippen. Hippen up the boards. Gets picked up by Sherman. He'll circle around and get back ahead to the neutral zone. Sherman driving it all the way down to the near corner. Gets it to Wynn. Wynn looking, fires. And covered up. Anderson, Wynn, Koloski out front. Anderson to the dot. Hippen back with Zhu on D. Anderson digs it out. He'll hang on to it. Circles. Fires. Oh, that was top in and right back out. Called off again. That was in off the back bar. Hippen will feed it down to the corner for Koloski. Anderson, far side, throws it down to Koloski. Koloski feeds it back out front, looking for Wynn. Bounce through. Koloski digs it out, trying to get it back on net. Wynn around to pick it up. He'll drop it back to the point for Zhu. Thrown through the middle. Koloski tip and kick save. Far side. Hippen throwing it through the middle, knocked off of a defenseman's skate. Back up top of the zone for Zhu.
Keep it up.
He'll drop it for Anderson. Anderson looking across far point. Pippin from the point. Tipped down and wide. Rolls into the near corner. Ju there.
Get back.
And Mission will ice it.
Hustle.
20 seconds left to power play. Cassidy picks it up in the far corner. And he'll cut up. Nope. Poke loose and out of reach. Mission gets it back, and now Gilbert picks it back up. Gilbert working into the zone. Fires. Kick save. Rolls the near corner. Cassidy there. Cassidy working in as the penalty expires. 2 shots on net, both kick saves. And that's it for the period. 1 in the books, no score yet. Wyoming with a 5-on-3 and another power play after that. Just can't quite find it yet. Still looking for their first goal of the weekend. Gilbert driving in near side. He'll fire off the shin guard, chase it down to the corner. Bounce back to the point for Ju. Who looks top of the zone. Shot sticked into the corner. Back to Gilbert. Fires. Bounce down, but wide of the net. Feed back out in front. Thrown back out. Sherman, far side. Cuts towards the net. Still got a handle on it. Fires. Blocker save. Back out. Cassidy fires wide. And that'll bounce up and out of play. Gilbert to the dot. Over to Marty. And he'll kick it back top of the zone. Ju out of the zone, and he'll fire it deep and will clear. Mission picks it up in the corner. Looking for a pass out to neutral ice. Picked off by Gilbert. He'll work in near side. Gilbert cut down towards the net. Circles around. Still looking. Ju top of the zone. Back to Gilbert on the boards. Gilbert fires. Goalie's mask is off. Took it right in the face. Anderson on to take the face-off far dot. Wynn will dig it out of the pile. Back to Sherman. Sherman down the boards. Mission in the corner. Sherman's going to go back in and battle for it. He'll push it across in front of the net, or behind the net. Sherman's still working. Comes out of the corner with it. Sherman takes a look. He'll work to the top of the zone. Over to Hippen near point. Hippen down to Anderson in the corner. He'll send it around. Koloski picks it up behind the net. Pass back in front. Nothing there. Mission trying to knock it back out of the zone. They'll get it to the blue line, and it'll trickle over. Hippen across. And Sherman sends it back cross ice, looking for win on the near side. Tipped in the neutral zone, I thought, but I'm going to ice that. Face off in the Wyoming zone. 12:09 left, second period. Still no score. Anderson will take the face off. With Wynn and Koloski on his wings. Back to the point. Mission shot wide. Rolls into the near corner. Wynn chasing in to knock it loose. Comes out in the middle and kicks out to neutral ice. Mission regroups. Pass up the board's knocked down. They'll get it back. Mission will try center ice. And just thrown up the middle. Hippen picks it up in front of the net. He'll retreat. And send it around. Looking for Koloski far side, and Koloski will pick it up. Koloski battling into the zone with Anderson. Koloski taking it down to the corner. Back pass. Looking for got Wynn in the middle. To Anderson. Shot. Blocker save. Koloski far boards. Will hold the line. And Mission's going to ice it. No ice.
What the heck?
Mission battling down to the corner. Not sure why there was no icing called on that one. They just launched it clear, and now they're driving through the middle. Mission turns, shot, kicked away by Treffren. Bounces to the far boards, and they'll throw it through the middle. Picked up by Wyoming. Mission throws it through the middle again. Broken up by Anderson. They'll fire a shot, tipped off of Treffren's glove and over the net. Hippen trying to bounce glass and clear, and it goes out of play. Gilbert, Cassidy, Marty back out front. Gilbert off the draw, picked out by Cassidy, and he'll work forward.
Hey, go, go, go!
Cassidy driving far side, across to Marty. Marty fires, knocked away. Ju holds it in, and then they'll knock it back out. Right to Ju, he'll circle and dump it into the far corner. Mission out behind the net, and they'll throw it deep. That better be an icing.
Let's go, Wyo!
Near side face-off. Gilbert kind of put it on net. Sounds like it went off the side of the post. Kick back out, and Marty will chase it down. Marty across. Looking up ice. Back to Cassidy. He'll circle back up to the blue line. Cassidy through neutral zone. Up the middle. Goes to the far boards. Pass across. Looking for Gilbert at the point. Gilbert fires. Blockered away. Still loose on the post. And we'll finally get a whistle there. Still no score yet. Front line stays out. Gilbert will take the face off. Marty in front of the net. Cassidy on the board's far side. Hippen and Sherman on D. Marty circles at the point. He'll throw it back in. Oh, they're off. They'll have to clear. And Mission sends it long. Gilbert picks it up. No trip called there. And Mission gets it back, neutral ice. Taken away by Marty, and now we'll have an offsides. Anderson off the draw. Mission gets in. Shot goes off a skate and into the corner. Feed back out in front. Mission scores. Mission camped out backdoor post. Had a wide open net. They're on the board first. Anderson to the dot. Poked ahead by Sherman. He'll chase. And he'll throw it back out of the zone. And back to Hippen. Hippen across. Koloski a little out of reach. Koloski chasing up the boards. Bouncing puck. Kicked into the zone by Mission. And right back out. Hippen over the far side. Gets it to Koloski. Going through the middle. Right to Mission at their blue line. Mission dumps it into the near corner. Hippen back to get it. Tries to throw it out of the zone. It's off the skate into the corner. Mission down to get it. Pass out front again. Treffern with a kick save.
Come on, Wyatt, you gotta move, boys.
Back to Hippen. He'll send it around. Sherman to the corner. Tied up down low. And Sherman comes out of the pile with it. Working on near side. Mission right there to tie it up. Mission thrown through the middle. Doesn't get it clear. Sherman takes a whack at it, up and out of play. Gilbert to the dot. Over to Cassidy. Oh, Jew, sorry. He'll go across to Cassidy far side. Pulls up. Cassidy looking for some options. Back to Jew. He'll hold it on the blue line and dump it deep. Rolls to the near corner. Marty in to get it. Back to the point for Gilbert. Gilbert chips down the boards. He'll chase to the corner. Hippen in. Sends it across the crease far side. Picked up by Jew. Fires. Kick save. Loose puck. Hippen. And in. YO goal number 68. Colton Hippen. We're tied at 1. Gilbert, Marty, and I think that's Cassidy on the far side. Marty driving in near boards. He'll come across the front, looking for Cassidy off a stick and a little out of reach. Hippen holds his own, back down to Cassidy. Cassidy working the corner. Gets tied up down below the goal line. Marty in to help. Gilbert will pick it up in the corner. Circles top of the zone. Cuts back in. Gilbert looking, fires, blocker save. Right back to Gilbert. And try it again, circling around. Oh, bounces back off the boards and out of the zone. Shoe back to get it. New cut behind the net to the far corner. Long pass. Oh, he had the stretch pass to Cassidy to the blue line, just out of reach. With a good look, just a little wide. So on the icing, we'll go back down to the Wyoming zone. Anderson to the dot. Koloski and Wynn on the wings.
All right, go hard, Wyatt.
Anderson off the draw. Picked out by Wynn. He'll bounce it around the near corner. Poked ahead by Zhu. Zhu skates it in, fires it on net and glove. Anderson to the near dot. Wins it back. Zhu from the point. Down the middle to Win. And tied up before he can get the shot off. Anderson fires a little high and wide. Loose puck out in front. Banging around on it and covered up. No goal. It's in, but they call no goal. Another goal waved off. Was in the back of the net, but they don't count it. Mission comes across into the zone, tied up, knocked loose, and back out. Anderson chasing. And it's thrown back in to Zhu. Zhu turns, he'll bounce glass behind the net. Sherman back to get it. Tries to go to the corner, knocked down by Mission. They're right out in front, fires. Sharpen with a save.
Come on, clear it now.
Bounce back into the corner. It's getting a little rough down in the corner now.
Spread and go.
Wyoming digs out of the pile and gets it out of the zone. Picked up by Koloski. Koloski across the blue. Fires wide of the net, bounces behind. Win in. And Mission throws it back to the point, but knocks it down. Over to Sherman at the blue line. He'll send it all the way across. Cassidy far side. Drives down to the corner. Get around a guy back to the puck, and he gets hooked up a little bit. Thrown clear. Hippen chasing, not going to make the icing. Hippen will play it. Around the boards on the near side. Back, Hippen bounces it out. And he'll battle it into the corner, down to Gilbert. Gilbert looking, circles behind the net. Wraps around far dot. Gilbert cutting through the middle. Through feet, looking for a corner, and there it is. Wyo goal number 64, Brock Gilbert. It's 2-1. Gilbert back to the dot. Marty digs it out of the pile. He'll skate in far side. Working towards the corner. Cuts back. Around near side. Looking back to the point. Knockdown. Marty will get it back. Keeps it in the zone. Feeds it down low. Wide of the net and covered up. Face off in the near dot. Gilbert bounces right back up and over to Marty. Marty circles, cuts across the top, fires it in! Wyo goal number 65, Gavin Marty. 3-1. I don't know. It's a pretty good looking kid though.
Filming right now, but do you want it?
Timeout called, Mission, with just a tick over 4 minutes remaining in the second. Back to the dot. Knocked ahead. Marty will work back into the zone again. Fires one more. A little wide. Gilbert out of the corner. That one kicks wide into the far corner for Cassidy. Cassidy working across. Over to Sherman. Sherman takes a look. Fires. Kick save. Hippen will shoot. A little high. Blockered away. Back to the point for Sherman. Sherman tied up on the boards. Mission across the blue line. Little move there, and they'll work in. Pass back through. Broken up. Can't find the handle, and Hippen's got Gilbert. No, Cassidy on the far side. Cassidy coming across the middle. Poked away at the blue, but stays in the zone. Gilbert knocks it back in. And now Mission takes it out. Poked away by Cassidy. Marty. Far side, drops it back to Cassidy at the point. Cassidy looking, fires, blocker save, loose in front, and thrown clear. Ruffering out to play it. And he'll drop it off for Hippen near side. Hippen around behind the net. Shoe far corner, throws it through the middle, looking for Wynn, but picked off. Mission shot, Treffin with the glove.
Let's go, Wynn, man up.
Face off far dot in the D zone. Anderson to take the draw. Stuck on the dot, finally pokes out, and we'll throw it behind the net. Back to Anderson, far corner. He'll work up boards and out to neutral ice. Anderson over the blue line, into the far corner. Shot. That went high off a stick. Up and out of play. I did used to have a little ring that's kind of small. Anderson taken out of the feet. No call. Trying to get the shot off. Not quite. And rim clear. Back to Hippen, pokes it ahead to Wynn. Wynn through the middle, poked loose, thrown back to Hippen. Hippen shoots the guy, and he'll work up the far boards into the zone. Poked loose, fired wide of the net. Wynn down in the near corner. Past one guy, looking through the middle, try to get back out front. Loose puck in the crease, and poked back behind. He'll run it back around, and that should be an icing if it makes it. Not called again. Long pass ahead to Anderson at the blue line. He'll go through the neutral zone. Anderson right through the middle. Goes back for it. Tangled up, and Mission knocks it loose. Sherman in to keep the zone. Keeps the handle on the puck. Through a guy's feet. Still got it. Sherman tries the backhand. Through traffic on net and covered up.
What's up, Wyatt? What's up, boys?
Gilbert, Cassidy, and Marty will come back out front. Jew back with Sherman on D. Gilbert to the dot for the near boards. Marty back to Jew, back to Marty. Marty cuts across. Long looking in the corner for Cassidy, picked off. And Mission throws it across the near side. Jew back into the boards to battle for it. Mission comes out. Pass picked off by Gilbert. He'll circle behind the net. Gilbert up through neutral ice. Poked away from behind. He'll chase it down to the goal line. Pass through, looking for Cassidy, just not quite. Deflected wide. And Mission back out through neutral ice. They'll fire from the point. Treffin with the glove. .32 seconds left in the second period. Wyoming up 3-1. Gilbert to the dot. Comes back out to Marty. And 2-on-1, Marty driving the zone. Got him beat, tripped as he shoots. And Mission will have a penalty there. Marty tripped on the break, so we'll go back on a power play. That's the fourth penalty on Mission. Gilbert to the dot. And Mission's going to ice it. Treffern will play. And head back to his crease, send up the boards. Mission holds the zone. And now poked away by Sherman and thrown ahead. Marty chasing the far boards. Mission sends it back and just out of the zone with 2.5 seconds left in the period. Neutral zone face-off for Gilbert. Knocks it to the side. Marty chasing, and that'll do it for the second period. We'll go into the second intermission. Wyoming up 3-1. Whoops.
You know you've got one person watching.
Yes, I have one. I always have one. I'll turn the mute off and quit talking to myself here. Gilbert, Cassidy, and Marty back out front. Mission trying to send it clear. Picked off by Sherman. He'll fire. It's off a stick. Caught out of the air. Back to Gilbert near point. Gilbert makes a little space. Fires. And in the corner. 2 for Gilbert on the day. Wyoming up 5-1, 11:06 remaining. Gilbert back to the center dot. Comes back out, and Cassidy near side. Poke loose into the corner. Cassidy down to get it. Still working on it. Gets it to the corner. Bounce back, and Mission against the boards will pick it up. Took it out to neutral ice. Thrown into the far corner. Bounces out in front. A little dangerous there, but nobody can find the handle, and it'll roll deep. No ice. Marty chasing. Back to Cassidy near boards. Cassidy set up in the corner. Back to the point for Sherman taking a look. Fires. Blockered away. Gilbert pushing through traffic. Down to the middle. Cassidy can't quite find the grip on the puck. Back to Gilbert. Gilbert circling the far boards, and Mission will lift it clear. It'll roll deep. Sherman chasing it back. Cuts behind the net to the near side. And Sherman will come up the middle. Sherman's got room. He'll take it across the blue line. Little move through the feet. Gets it back and circles into the corner. Drop to the point.
Back door.
Middle. Marty backhand shot off a stick and wide. And thrown ahead to the blue line. Mission gets out to neutral ice. They'll come across into Wyoming zone. Poked away. Shoe tied up. Gets it over to Gilbert. Gilbert working far corner, and he'll come up. Gilbert cuts back across through the middle, poke loose. He'll get it back in the corner. To the point, nobody there. Rolls back into the D zone for Hippen. Hippen cycles. He'll come up across the blue line.
Push now, Will.
In on the near side. Poked away at the point. He gets rode down. No penalty. A little bit of a hold there, but... Whoa! I don't know, we're putting it on our own net there, but Trefferin is awake, so we'll get back out of the zone and up to Koloski. He'll fire one a little wide. Bounces out far point and just gets over the blue line before Wynn can get there. Wynn looking from center ice. Mission back in. Looking for help, broken up. And we'll pick up the loose puck in the zone. Not quite out yet. Shoot fires it up the boards to Wynn, and he'll get over the blue line. Wynn driving in. Down to the far corner, Mission pokes it away. It'll stay in the zone. Dumped back down low by Koloski. Koloski chasing into the corner. They'll throw it back up the boards to Wynn. Wynn gets through a couple guys and poked loose into the corner. Back to the point. Sherman's there. They'll send it down the boards. Fired on net. Stick save. Loose puck for Wynn. Under the defenseman and covered up.
Here you go. Let's get it wide open top, goalie. That was your chance,
man. 7:45 left in the third. Anderson to the near dot. Koloski in the middle, Wynn on the boards. Hippen back with Sherman on D. And that one bounced up and on the top of the net.
No, if it came
the draw. Anderson trying to work on it. Wynn sends it back to Hippen, but out of the zone. Hippen will send it across the blue. And
Push up, Will.
Sherman picks it up. Working through traffic. Sherman into the far boards. Bounces it down to the corner, but knocked off. Mission gets it out. And Mission's going to come in 2-on-1. Hippen driving him to the far corner. Pass, back door, broken up. They'll get it back. Loose puck. Trefferin sitting on a thing. Nope, knocked behind the net. Hippen into the corner to help. Hippen will send it around. Win far corner. And now we got a penalty called. I think we're going to call a penalty on Hippen down in the corner, but I didn't really see him do anything. It might have been a hooking. Didn't really see a clear signal of what the penalty was, but Hippen headed into the box. He was questioning it on the way in, but 2-minute penalty on Wyoming. That's the first penalty called on Wyoming of the day. Well, we've got the ref talking to the bench. Hippen sitting in the box with the door open. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Now Wynn's headed into the box. I think they gave Hippen a 2 and a 10. Not sure what that's about. So Hippen and Wynn are hanging out in the penalty box. We'll go on our first kill of the day. Shot, Trefferin with a save, back to Mission, they'll fire again, Trefferin with another save, and that bounces over. From the point, bouncer, Trefferin knocks it down. Sent clear. Go, go, go! Mission back up to neutral ice. A little bit offsides there. Yeah. And we'll take a face off in the neutral zone. As he was center ice face-off. Poked ahead by Cassidy and back to Mission. Mission coming in near side, pass across, can't find the handle and they won't get a shot off. We'll ice it. Cassidy's going to chase into the near corner for the loose puck. And we'll tie it up there. Mission digs it out. And they'll get out to neutral ice. Oh. Back to Gilbert in the corner. Mission from the point, whiffs on the shot. They'll throw it back down into the corner. Gilbert down there, and he'll take it around behind the net. Gilbert ices. Wide of the net, bounces out to Cassidy right in front. Shot, kick save. Poked loose by Marty, little collision there. Mission gets it into the zone, thrown on net. Trefferin with a save. Trefferin with a couple of saves and slams into the far post, knocks the net off its moorings. We'll have to reset that. 24 seconds left to kill, a little over 5 left in the period. Wyoming still up 5-1. Get some new legs out. Anderson fired. Trefferin knocks it down. Rolled under his legs, but able to keep it from crossing the line. 5:06 left, 17 on the penalty kill. And we'll get out with it. Sherman up to the blue line. Cuts back, and he'll hang on to possession. Now he'll bounce it back ahead. Penalty expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Gilbert behind the net. Mission knocks it away. Gilbert will go back forward. He'll try this side. He gets through a guy. And Gilbert will work back up to neutral ice. Cuts to the middle. Shot off a skate and stick save. Gilbert gets it back in the corner. Still working. Throws it through the middle. Nobody there. And Mission's going to ice that one.
Come on, Wild, we get one now.
4:13 remaining. Back down to the Mission zone for a face-off on the far dot. Anderson will take the draw. Wynn and Koloski on the wings. And Gilbert and Sherman will line up on D. Anderson from the dot. Wins it over to Wynn. Back to Gilbert. Pass across D to D. Broken up, but Gilbert will knock down the pass from Mission. And he'll pick it up himself. Gilbert works in near point. Look, shot off a stick and out of play. Under 4 to go. Anderson back to the near dot. Sent to the corner. Mission picks it up there. They'll lift it ahead. And Sherman knocks it away and keeps it in the zone. Mission, now they'll get it clear. Mission in at the far point. Sherman chasing him, or Anderson chasing him down into the corner. He'll lift it off glass, back to the point, bounces through the feet, and clear of the zone. Mission gets it back at their own blue. And up into their own bench. Tried to bounce glass, and there isn't glass there. Mission coach is like, hey man, same team.
Where are you at, dude?
I was earlier, but not then.
Oh.
Is it back now?
Yeah, it's okay.
Face off in the Mission zone. Cassidy wins it back. Shot from the point's wide. Bounce off the corner. Sherman near side. Holding it in the zone, and it'll trickle out now. Sherman back again. Sherman shakes a couple guys, and he'll drive back in across the blue line, top of the zone. Cuts back to the boards. Feed down low. Cassidy looking. Working into Wynn. Shot. I think that might have been in. I don't know if that went in or not, but the net's off either way. Cassidy had Wynn sitting back door and just got the pass off and shoved right into the post. Cassidy out front with Marty and Wynn. Chow back on D with Gilbert. Take the draw on the near side. Cassidy over the dot. Tied up. Kick loose, and Mission's gonna ice it. Slow roller, but it'll make it. We'll do it again. Cassidy off the draw. Poked down below the goal line by Mission. Send up the boards, picked off by Cassidy, working across. Tried to find Marty backside, just a little out of reach. Marty back to the point. Gilbert back down and picked off. And here comes Mission up the far boards. Gilbert riding him into the corner, knocks it loose. And he'll take it away. Gilbert, a little bit of space, looking across ice. Lifted in deep. Cassidy chasing to the corner. The cut behind the net. Got Wynn out in front. Poked away. Cassidy still working on it. Over to Marty. Marty looks, fires off a stick and high. Near side. Stays in the zone, and Joe holds on to it. Joe still working far point to Wynn in the middle. Wynn looks. He'll fire off a defenseman, poked ahead, and bounces into the corner. Marty there, and he'll take it around down behind the net, looking out front. Pass deflected wide, rolls out to neutral ice. Miscommunication there, but we'll come up with the puck. Chow throws it into the far corner. And Mission ices it, but they're going to beat the icing back. Thrown on net, sticked away. Leaping Hippen, or helps out. Knocked it into the corner. Still loose in the top of the crease. Mission gets it back. Looking for a shot. That one's blocked. Gilbert trying to bang it back out of the zone. Tied up near boards. Dumped into the corner. Joe sends it around. Cassidy, far side. He gets a little tangled up, but he'll dig it out, and Cassidy works up to neutral ice. Cassidy across the blue, through the feet, works in and in! YO goal number 25, Reed Cassidy. Five-goal differential gets us to a run clock.
Does that mean what? I don't think so. What? We gotta.
Clock continuing to run even after the goal, so we got 30 seconds left. Face off for Anderson, tied up on the dot. Koloski's coming in to dig it out. Koloski work to the far boards on the backhand. He'll drop it back for Wynn. Wynn knocked off the puck, gets it across to Anderson. His shot deflected through traffic into the corner. Wynn knocks it deep. Koloski behind the net. Shot from the point, hip and tipped, knocked down in traffic. Mission will send it on net. Trefferin. And that'll do it. Final score, Wyoming 6, Mission 1. Next game will be the late one tonight, 9:50 p.m., right back on the same ice.